Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I am going to be going over my strategy for Bitcoin bear markets. As many of you guys know, I've been in the cryptocurrency space since July 31st of 2017, so I have witnessed firsthand the top of the 2016-17 bull market, and I lived all the way through the 2018-19 bear market, excuse me. Now, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that we're going into a bear market. I want to be very clear on that, but I have had a lot of questions over the last few months. Jeb, should I sell my Bitcoin at the top? Should I do X, Y, and Z? So in this video, I am going to be going over my strategy for how I approach Bitcoin bear markets, and I'm going to show you what you might want to do when one starts. Guys, I think you're going to get a lot of great value out of today's video, so without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So guys, we're not going to be doing too much technical analysis today, but I do want to go ahead and remind you of one thing, and that is this. Markets are cyclical. Markets are going to go into bull markets, and markets are going to go into bear markets. You're never going to see just linear growth. You're never going to see a market rally and rally and rally and not cool off. Quite simply, just because what the price represents is going to lead to that. So let me give you a basis for what this means. Every single cryptocurrency or stock or asset or commodity or currency has what I call an underlying intrinsic value. That is what it should be worth at that time. Now, we can't ever actually determine what that should be worth. That is ethereal. We don't know what that number is, but the fact of the matter is it exists even if it's intangible. However, the price action of whatever commodity you're working in is almost never going to be lined up with that. So if we have an underlying intrinsic value on Bitcoin of $30,000 and the price is trading at $35,000, then it's overextended. It's too high, so it's naturally going to pull down. If the underlying intrinsic value is $45,000 and Bitcoin's trading at $30,000, then we're naturally going to see Bitcoin want to be pulled up. It's almost like a gravitational force. We can't tell exactly what that underlying intrinsic value number is, but the market is going to oscillate around it. And that's why we see, in general, over the last 12 years, Bitcoin has been trending in general to the upside. But sometimes we get overextended, we get too high, that's called a bull market. And sometimes we get overextended to the downside and get too low, and that's called a bear market. Naturally, the market is going to fluctuate and oscillate one side or the other below or above that underlying intrinsic value, whatever it may be. So that is eventually going to happen to Bitcoin. Whether it happens this week, this month, this year, isn't the point of this video. The point of this video is to tell you in hopefully concise terms, but specific terms, how I approach Bitcoin bear markets and how I would encourage you guys to do so. Now, number one, I'm going to tell you what my strategy is, and I'm not necessarily going to be recommending this to you. You can follow what I do if you want to, but just so you know, this is just my strategy. I know a lot of people are not looking for the same kind of strategy that I follow, but this is what I do. So I lived through the previous bull market, I lived through the previous bear market, and I've lived through this entire bull market so far. And when we hit the all-time high back in December 17th of 2017, I watched that happen. I was holding cryptocurrency, and I decided in that moment I'm not going to sell because I genuinely believe in Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin was not worth $20,000 back then. We were massively overextended above that underlying intrinsic value, and that's why we pulled back over the course of 18 months all the way down to $3,000. But when we hit $3,000, we were overextended to the downside, and Bitcoin rebounded. If you look at the chart over the long term, Bitcoin is in general trending to the upside. So the fact that we've been trading up here in between $40,000 and $60,000 for the last 4 months, that is very much an indication that Bitcoin's underlying intrinsic value, that intangible net worth, that intangible value of Bitcoin is sitting somewhere between $40,000 and $60,000 because Bitcoin's hovering around here. If we were massively overextended to the upside, Bitcoin would have already crashed. If we were massively extended to the downside, then Bitcoin would have already gone into a much bigger rally. But the fact we're trading sideways means we're somewhere around it. I say that to encourage you that I don't think we're about to go into a giant bear market. I do think that Bitcoin could pull back potentially to $42,000. Not saying that's going to happen. That's probably the floor, though, is what I'm saying. Here's what I plan on doing when this bull market comes to an end, and I'll talk about how I know a bull market is ending and a bear market starting, which, again, is not happening, but I'll show you my indicators in another video. But if I see that a bear market is starting, here's what I'm going to do. You ready for this? Nothing. I'm going to do nothing. I'm not going to sell a dime. Guys, I've been in cryptocurrency for nearly 4 years now, and part of what has made me successful in cryptocurrency is that I've never sold any of it. I've accepted Bitcoin for course payments. We've had affiliate payouts from some of our affiliates and partners here on the channel. I've traded Bitcoin and made profit. I've invested in Bitcoin and made profit. I've generated cryptocurrency throughout my career here, and I've never once sold any of it. And because of that, I'm sitting on a massive nest egg of cryptocurrency that I am very happy to be sitting on. And the reason that happened is because I didn't try and time the market. I didn't try and sell at the top of the bull market. I didn't try and sell and try and buy back in lower. Whenever the market pulled back, yes, I would buy in, and yes, I would wait for Bitcoin to go down, and then I would buy, and then I would rally. I bought Ethereum at $80, guys. I understand that, but I didn't try and sell the top, and that's the secret sauce that has made me a crypto millionaire at the age of 20, is that I've managed to accrue cryptocurrency and hodl it. Hodling is something that you cannot ignore. Let me give you a statistic. I don't know the truth behind this statistic. This is, however, something you will hear a lot. Now, I am not saying that this is fact, but I'm just saying it for the idea. 90% of traders will not make money. That's the statistic you've probably heard before. That's saying that 10% of people will. I would say the number's even lower than that, because if we look at what the trader is making relative to just buying and holding Bitcoin, I'd say like 5% of traders are actually making money compared to if they just bought Bitcoin and held it. As far as making money over the US dollar, yeah, maybe 10, 20% of them make money, but making money on trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies respective to the opportunity cost of just buying and holding, it's very difficult to do. And that's why I'm predominantly a cryptocurrency investor. I still trade every once in a while, but I'm predominantly a cryptocurrency investor. It's been very successful for me. Let me give you a story that I saw in 2017. During the 2016-17 bull market, Bitcoin rallied 10,000% from $200 to $20,000. I remember vividly, I was in the space for 2 months, and I learned a very valuable lesson. There was this guy, he was sitting on a balcony, there was a beach behind him. I don't remember who he was. It's not a name that I know, but there was a guy, and he said that he had been trading almost every single day for the last 2 years. So he had started trading back in 2015, and he also had an investment portfolio. He had the two split, which is something that I now do after learning that nearly 3.5 years ago. I have those two portfolios split. He realized that his investment portfolio, buying and holding Bitcoin, one trade, buy Bitcoin, don't touch it, made him more money than his thousands of trades and hundreds and thousands of hours of trading. He was a decent trader. That's why he did it full time. But he realized just buying and holding actually made him more money. Now, at the end of the day, Bitcoin doesn't have the same Bitcoin doesn't have the same percentage growth that it did back then. So that makes trading, respectively speaking, more valuable than just investing. But here's my point. Buying and holding Bitcoin, unless you're a very experienced trader, is the best way to go about it. And if you're trying to time the top, you're going to regret it. I can almost guarantee you that. You are going to regret trying to sell the top. There's nothing wrong with buying in the bottom, but if you're trying to sell the top, you're probably going to miss out because we just don't know where the top of the bull market is. And by the way, I know all the indicators and all the different things that tell us when a bull market is over and a bear market starting. Most of them are lagging indicators. Most of them only show up 30 to 60 to 90 days after the bull market is already over and you've already lost 30% of it. So you can't actually really sell the top very effectively because the confirmation of the the bull market ending happens quite a bit after the bull market has ended. So there's really not a great way to be confident that the bull market is ending. So the reason I make this video is because everyone and their mother is asking me, Jeb, what's your exit strategy? Here's my exit strategy. I don't have one. My exit strategy is that I'm holding Bitcoin and I'm holding Ethereum and I'm holding some other smaller altcoins, but in general, I'm just holding mainly those two, and I'm holding them for the long run. I'm not holding them for this year or this decade or even the next 20 years. I'm holding them for as long as I think that they're good projects, and so far, they're still very viable projects with great futures. I'm not looking to sell the top because I believe in them. Let me give you an example, and I'll wrap the video out with this. Simon Sinek, who is a business consultant, and he's written several books, Start With Why, Leaders Eat Last, several other books like that. Great author, really respect what he has to say. He said one time that the job of a business, and in this case, I'm going to say trading and investing, is to go somewhere. Money is gasoline that you put in the car, but you don't buy a car just to put gas in it. You buy a car to go somewhere. So I encourage you, if you're in the cryptocurrency space, look at the long term and realize that what you want to be chasing is a purpose. That car was not bought just to make more money and put it in the gas tank. That car was bought to go somewhere. I encourage you, if you're in the cryptocurrency space, realize that the point of crypto is not to make money. The point of crypto is the underlying philosophy behind it, that we can build a better world if we build our economy on top of limited supply digital cash such as Bitcoin. And if that's something you believe in and you invest in it, then the fuel will come, my friend. You will make a lot of money because you're in alignment with that philosophy. But if you aren't in alignment with that and you just try and go and make a quick buck and you try and sell the top, it's probably going to burn you. I'm speaking from experience here, and I want you to be successful, guys. That is our goal here on the channel, is to equip you with the tools so that you can proactively go out and make a difference in your own life. That is why we are here. So I encourage you, yes, you can sell the top. Yes, you can look for exit exit strategies. Yes, there are ways to do that, and I will be keeping you updated every single day on this channel. If I see any indication that a bear market is coming, I will be the first to tell you, because I look for it every single day. I haven't seen it yet. If it happens, I'll show you, but that is my strategy. You guys have been asking. Hopefully this answers your question. If you're coming back from this video for 2 years in the future, tell me if I stuck to my plan. You know, things change. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. We have a goal, an ambitious goal, to hit 500,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would love your support on that. If you want to join a channel that stands for integrity and a channel that is dedicated to giving you the tools and the assets you need to become successful, then hit that subscribe button. We very much appreciate everyone who has joined us recently. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.